Hello, I'm Michelle Peterson, and just again another reminder, I am a fourth grade teacher on a military base. After watching the human resource frame video, I found that what it means to them is that it's a family. They're looking at the organization as a family. The alignment between the organization and the human needs is very, very vital for it to be successful. And then finally, if you have a good fit between both the organization and the human needs, you're going to be able to have strong benefits coming from that. When I grouped, I thought having to group the different job titles, I found I kept like moving them up and down. This is what I've come to, and I think for several reasons. Obviously, my principal was going to be at the top. They are the main person in the school that helps us or helps the whole thing run. They set the tone, everything for that. I put teachers right below principals because without the teachers, a school would not be successful. So it's important for the principal to get the teachers on board. So that's why, in order to have a successful school, so that's why I put teachers right below principals. And then finally, or next, I guess I put parents. This one was hard for me. I wasn't sure between students and parents. I kept moving them back and forth, but I ended up putting parents third because I found in schools we are a customer service anymore. So we're there and we have to let these parents know that we're there for their kids. And if they don't trust us, if they don't believe in their teachers and their principal, then there's no way your students are going to believe and trust in you. So ended up putting parents before students and then students right after because for the same reason. We have to have students, they have to believe in you, they have to trust you. They have to know that you're there for them in order for them to buy in. So I set them right below parents because from past things happening, I know that parents that haven't necessarily liked me as their child's teacher, their child does not respect me either. So that's why I ended up putting parents and students in that location or that order. Then I followed up with paraprofessionals. They are my personal opinion, they are way underpaid for the jobs that they have to do day in and day out. So I think that we need to, if we got them a little bit higher and looked as them more as a teacher instead of just like an aide or a helper, I think we would get better outcomes from the work that they're putting into their daily. So I would, if I were ever a principal, that's where I would end up putting them is higher up there because they are so important. They have some of our hardest kiddos, so they definitely need to be at the top of the chain. I followed up with community mainly because community to me is what helps keep your school running. That's the community members are coming to events. They are helping with fundraisers and donating money and volunteering. We have a lot at our school that come in and put up, just recently they've been taking and putting up our Christmas trees and tearing them down and decorating and all of those things. So community to me was very important too because there are what help schools run. And if we didn't have them, there would be a lot more work being put on teachers and parents and principals and everybody up above them. I followed with office staff. I do think they're very important. However, there seems to be like a lot of things that our office staff does that I feel like maybe as a teacher, we could be doing some of those things too. I think they're very important, and I don't want that to sound like they're not, but they're just a little bit lower to me because they obviously run our school. They help keep everything in check and in line. They help the principal way more. But coming from a teacher standpoint, putting these together, they don't do a whole lot for me as a teacher day in and day out. I followed up with maintenance personnel next because They're very, very important. But a lot of the things that they can do, you can find on the internet, in my opinion. So that's why I put them a little low. You can get a lot of your answers to things. You can do a lot of those things. The office can take care of a lot of it. Um, I'm thinking mainly when I put them here, I'm thinking of like our computers and things like that. You can find about all your answers you need elsewhere. And then you can just make phone calls in order to get people out there to help with HVAC and all of those things. So then that's where the office staff would step in. So that's why they're one step above them. And maybe I'm looking at that wrong. But the custodians then following up underneath, again, very, very important. Appreciate them day in and day out. I don't like to have to clean up puke off my classroom floor, but to me, they are a little bit lower because those are, again, things that those teachers could be doing. We could be cleaning our own classrooms. However, we probably want a pay raise, but we could do all of those things. And then again, with cooks, I put them down below. We need them 100%, but to really run a structure of a school, they are very important. Feed our kiddos. However, they do not set the climate for our school. And that's why I put maintenance personnel, custodians, and cooks so low, because they're there, they're very important, but they do not dictate how a day's going to go based off whether they show up to work or not. And then very lastly, I put alumni at the bottom. From my perspective, in an elementary school, we're not linked, we're on a military base. We don't have alumni. We have people obviously that donate money and stuff, but that's not important at all to us. So that's why I put that so low in my specific case, but I know at different levels, the alumni was way more important at the college level, but for my job status, they're low to me. So again, everyone on this list is very important. It took me quite a while to move them around, but this is the reason why I did it the way I did.